Praise the Lord. Well, friends, nice to see you once again. This is my 7th volume on love. And as we were reading from 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 onwards, I shall read again. Love is patient and kind. Love does not envy or boast. It is not arrogant or rude. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. My dear friends, love is not rude. It's not arrogant. It does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentment, all the time getting angry. Angry man, angry bird. No. Love is not irritable or resentment. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing, but rejoices with the truth. And love bears all things. It's a bearing capacity. You have a bearing capacity when you have love. In love, you just can't say, I love you, and somebody should believe you. Paul has given us a instrument to check on love. And that instrument is from 4 to 8. He explains what love is. 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 4 to 8, if you understand. So he tries to elaborate on what love is really all about. So he says, love is like this, love is not like this, love is not like this. It doesn't rejoice with the wrong. It rejoices with the truth. It bears all things. It's not rude. It's not arrogant. It's not resentful. So when you want to check on somebody who says, I love you, go and look at this instrument which Paul showed us in the Bible and try to measure the person. You'll understand whether they love you or they lust you. So my dear friends, love is not easily angered. And the best example I can give you of love is Jesus. You know, Jesus went and chose his 12 disciples, the 12 apostles. And I was trying to have a study on what Jesus was actually looking into while he was choosing. You know, when we go to choose, we will choose the best. But I noticed that Jesus chose the worst. He went and he was choosing the worst of the worst of the worst. So if you think the 12 apostles were the best, you are mistaken. They were the worst. You will not find people like them in the another 20th century. They were that worst. Hey, come on. Judas selling Jesus, betraying him with a kiss. Come on, he kept the kiss as a sign. He says, the person who might kiss, so loving, looks so good. He betrays Jesus with a kiss. could have said, I saw you from far, that man. No. He said, the man I kiss, he is the person. And Jesus tells him, Judas will betray me with a kiss. He sold Jesus so cheap, 30 silver coins. And this man was the treasurer. He was the treasurer. And if you look at wherever there was a money issue, Judas would speak. When the costly perfume bottle was broken and Jesus' feet was washed, it was Judas who spoke. Come on, Jesus knew him inside out, but he chose him. That's love. He chose the worst and he lived with them. Let's look at Peter. Hey, I will say at least Judas was better than Peter. He was worse than Judas. You know something? At least Judas said, I know the man. But Peter in front of Jesus said, I don't know the man. Hey, you know what is the punishment for denying God? Jesus says, if you confess me before man, I will confess you before my Father in heaven. If you reject me before man, I will reject you before my Father in heaven. This Peter is rejecting Jesus in public. He's saying, I don't know him. In front of Jesus, he's saying, I don't know him. And not once, 3 times. That's Judas. That's Peter. At least Judas said, I know the man. This gentleman is saying, I don't know the man. And if you look at the way he's talking, he's saying, let judgment come on me, let this happen to me, let that happen to me, I don't know him. So what do you think? And the cock crew on the 3rd count when he denied. And Peter knew he had done something bad. Hey, Jesus lived with all these people. What do you think about James and John? I think they were politicians. And they were out of the box politicians. Hey, you know the politicians which we have today, they are busy fighting for a chair on this earth. But James and John, they were not fighting for a chair on earth, not a position on earth. They wanted position in heaven. They are fighting for a chair in heaven. They bring their mother to talk to Jesus on behalf of them. Because Jesus respected elderly people. Oh, maybe our mother will speak and Jesus will listen. And the mother comes and speaks for them and says, I just want one thing, that, in heaven, one of my sons sit at your right hand, one at the left hand. Oof. Come on, you don't call these politicians, then what? They were seeking for position. They wanted position in heaven. Kissa kursi kha. They wanted the chair in heaven. Don't you feel they were a little different than anybody you see on earth? Okay, what about Thomas? Let's look at Thomas. Hey, all throughout he was doubting. He's a doubting Thomas. He doubted Jesus always. Everywhere in the Bible where you feel about doubt, you will see Thomas's name written there. When Jesus had to go and meet Lazarus, who was dead and buried, Thomas says, okay, let's go and die. He's only talking negative. He's only thinking unbelief, 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 unbelief. That's all. Hey, he was not just an unbeliever, but he was a cruel unbeliever. This man was such an unbeliever that he did not even believe his own eyes. He did not believe his own eyes. When, one day when the apostles were together, after Jesus' death and resurrection, Jesus walked into the room from the closed doors and he said, peace be with you. And that time Thomas was missing. And Jesus breathed on them and spoke to them and went away. When Thomas showed up, the apostles said, hey, Jesus came and met us and this and that. And this man was blank. He said, don't tell me all this. I will not believe. And he said, till I do not put my finger in his wounds, till then I will not believe what you're saying. God is a silent listener to all our conversations. This time, when Thomas was also in the room, Jesus walked through the doors, closed doors, and he straight away told Thomas, come. Thomas, come. Put your hand in my side. Put your finger in my wounds. Now he got on his knees and he said, my Lord and my God. Hey, you know what any unbeliever will say? Any unbeliever will say, I will see and then only I'll believe. This man did not believe his own eye. He doesn't say, I will only see and believe. He says, I want to put my finger in his wound. He was not only an unbeliever, but a cruel unbeliever. You will never find somebody like this. Is a wound a place to put finger? If somebody's got a wound, will they allow you to put hand in that wound? Thomas is saying, I want to put my finger in his wounds. Then only I will believe. Hey, Jesus tolerated all these people. Jesus lived with them. Jesus ate and drank with them, stayed with them. He took the worst of the worst of the worst lot and he made the best out of them. That is the love of Jesus. Jesus did not get irritated with them. He did not get angry with them. He loved them. He cared for them. He still was with them. He knew Judas is going to sell him and betray him. But he's at the table. Last Supper, Judas is at the table, eating food. That was the love of Jesus. Hello. We know people only after they betray us. That we do not want to connect with them after that. We want to disconnect with them. We don't want to see their face. Hey, Jesus knew Judas is going to betray him even before he could do it. And yet he doesn't disconnect from him. Doesn't throw him away. Loves him. Feeds him. Sits with him. When Jesus sent the 12 apostles with power to heal, even Judas was there. He also went. He did miracles. He did great things. He also came back with testimonies. Same man is now selling Jesus. Come on, church. You want to know? Love is not rude. Jesus was not rude with them. Love does not insist on its own way. It is not irritable or resentful. Jesus did not get irritated with them or kept some resentment. I will not talk to you. Don't talk to me. I don't want to see your face. He didn't do that. It does not rejoice at wrongdoing. When they did something very wrong, he corrected them. He rebuked them. But he didn't throw them. He loved them. He cared for them. But rejoices with the truth. Love bears all things. Jesus bore them up. He bore everything. Love bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. And Jesus never fails because He is love. God is love. Love, 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 love. You touch a person who's full of love. If you touch him, you'll get love. You slap him, you'll get love. Whatever you do to him, you'll get only love because he is not filled with anything else but love. You could slap Jesus and get love. You could curse him and get love. Because he is full of love. And love is not the way we think. Many couples, they get married and they have lots of fights. And they say, these fights are increasing our love. Nonsense. Fights increasing love. The wrong system. You really don't love one another. If you love one another, then love is not resentment. Love is not rude. Love cares. So my dear friends, let's learn to love like Jesus loved. He had the worst lot, but He loved all of them. He moved with all of them. He cared for all of them. He protected them. He prayed for them. He forgave them. Love never fails. God bless. See you next week.